I am so excited. I am getting a new bookshelf. To most people, this is probably so not exciting at all, but I have been dreaming about this for months. I loved this bookshelf when I got it, and I still think it's really pretty. I do love it, but it is not great for someone who actually wants to put a lot of books on it. So I have been wanting to replace this bad boy with a proper bookshelf for a really long time, and I'm getting the Billy bookcase from IKEA. I am so excited that the day is finally here. I'm gonna go to IKEA. Hopefully I can fit this thing in my car and carry it by myself. I hope so, because I'm doing this solo today with my pretty tiny car. But yeah, time to go get the bookshelf, and then we will pull everything out and reorganize. One of my absolute favorite things to do is to reorganize my bookshelves. So today's gonna be a great day. I just got to IKEA, and before I left, I looked up the measurements online, and it's 80 inches long. And I just found out today that my seats fold over in the back. I've been convinced my whole life that those seats did not fold over. I never cease to amaze myself. So anyways, it's definitely gonna fit in the car, but it's about 80 pounds. So the true test is gonna see, will I be able to carry it? I'm gonna have to. You guys, can you even see this thing? It's the size of my door. I obviously made it, but that was a struggle. It felt like 80 pounds. If you're one of the 2 guys in my apartment that saw me struggling to carry this thing and just walked right past me, then we are not friends. I'm sure that was a pitiful display of me out there in the hallway. No one offered to help. But anyways, I'm really hot and sweaty. I'm gonna have lunch really quick because I'm exhausted. And then the fun begins. And looking beautiful. Now I'm going to clean up my room, move a lot of junk out, and then pull all the books out, organize them, and start figuring out how I want to lay it out. Everything's mostly organized. We've got all the fantasy and then thriller mysteries on this side. And then here we've got science fiction, general fiction, and romance. I'm not sure how I want to organize it exactly. I do know that I want to have my pretty favorite books and just pretty covers on my new bookshelf. And then I still want to use my cart for my TBR, but it doesn't all fit on there. So I need to figure out how I want to break it up. I think I'll start on the new one first because that's the one I am going to focus on. I want it to look really nice, and then we'll see what I have left over. In terms of books that I have read versus haven't read, we have a bit of a predicament because I buy a lot of series, like just the whole completed series, before I've even read them. So my TBR is huge, and I really like how a lot of the series look. So I think I'm gonna have a bunch of series on there that I haven't read. What I had before was the first book in the series would be on my TBR cart, and then the rest of the series was on my shelves. I don't know if I'll do it this way. We'll have to see. I think I want to do it by shelf. So I want to have some fantasy shelves, a romance shelf, general fiction, thriller. I want to do it like that. And I'm probably going to try a million things and just see what works. set up how I want for now, but I'm sure that I'm going to be changing it a lot, especially as I read more books. I'm going to be switching things up. But for now, I have settled on the organization, if you will. Hi, it's Editing Me coming to you from the present. It's mid-October, and I realized that I gave a tour of my bookshelves and how they look, but now it's 2 months later and they look pretty different. So I thought I would just scrap that footage and show you really quick what everything looks like. It honestly doesn't look that different. A lot of the shelves are exactly the same, but some of them are different and I just didn't like the footage anyway. So here we are starting over. Top shelf, we've got my Harry Potter shrine, essentially. That airplane is very loud. I have collected all of the Harry Potters in hardcover. I was missing one when I first did the bookshelf thing, and now I have the full collection. I have all 7 books in hardcover. I have these really cute little thingies. I had to change my camera settings, but I have these really cute little Lego Harry Potter figures. So I have this one of Mad-Eye Moody, Professor Trelawney. Snape is probably my favorite. Look at him with his adorable little potion jar. Stop it. And I have McGonagall. Isn't she so cute? But pretty much just all my Harry Potter stuff. And then I've got a couple of hardcovers that I just like the look of. Ooh, and this really pretty Studio Ghibli book. It's like a coffee table book with all these beautiful pictures in it. I don't know how well you can see, but it has all of these like sketches and then final illustrations that went into the Studio Ghibli movies. And oh my gosh, it is just beautiful. One day maybe I'll put this on the coffee table for people to actually enjoy, but for now she belongs up there and she looks like she's gonna fall. There we go. Okay, I can bring you a little bit closer now that we're not looking at the top shelf. So this one right here is probably my favorite. This is going to be like my favorite fantasies shelf, and also it just has a lot of the prettiest books I have. So if you can't tell, I'm a huge Stephanie Garber fan. So I have actually the special edition of Caraval that I just got recently. She is beautiful. Oh my, I am obsessed. I love her. The back, stunning. So of course, she is on display. And then I have just my paperbacks of the Caraval trilogy, Once Upon a Broken Heart and The Ballad of Never After. I love these books, and you best believe that when A Curse for True Love comes out in a couple of weeks, she's gonna be right here. I will be making space for all 3 of them to be displayed. And then a couple other fantasies that I enjoyed. Right now, I don't have enough that I want on my favorite shelf, so I'm hoping that I will read some more really great fantasies and replace the ones at the end. Down here, we have my fantasy TBR. So my idea was I have a lot of completed or mostly completed fantasy series that I have not started, and I kind of wanted to guilt myself by putting them right here where everybody can see, especially because now if I film with this behind me, you see these behind me and you probably assume I read them. So it's supposed to guilt trip me into reading them. Have I picked up one of them yet? No, but that's okay. I still think it's really pretty. Down here we have my mostly romance, a little bit of just general fiction, but these are like my colorful books, and every single one on this shelf, except for like 2 I think, I've read and really enjoyed. This is such a weird angle. I tried to put little like candles and knickknacks and things on each shelf, but I don't have a whole lot of stuff yet. But I do have 2 cute little jelly cats, so I've got my croissant on here. And then this row is mystery thrillers. Most of them I've read. I want to kind of just display books that I've read on this shelf once I have enough to fill it out. Starting with all of my Jennifer Lynn Barnes books because I am obsessed with her. And then just a bunch of random mystery thrillers, most of which I've read. But I like kind of the unorganized look. I want to keep authors together, but I like just the mismatch, like different heights, different colors. So I went with that kind of organization, just like random different colors next to each other for this one and then this one. And then this is just overflow TBR down here. They're either books like this one that are just way too big, I didn't want to shove into my TBR cart, or I don't know, they just didn't fit the vibe. Right now my TBR cart is full of fall books, and I guess these just kind of didn't make the cut for the fall TBR. Oh, and then I have this Book Nook, whatever this thing's called, where you build this and it goes like on your bookshelves. I have had this for months and haven't started it because I've heard they're really hard and complicated. Like you have to do electrical wiring and there's a million different pieces, and I'm just afraid of starting it when I won't have time to finish it. So in my head, I'm saving it for like, I don't know, a weekend where I have nothing to do maybe, and I can really just work on it. Okay, so on the other side of my door, I have my TBR cart here. Nothing super special about the TBR cart. I just currently have it organized for fall, so at least this front half is mostly what I want to read in the fall. Not that I will get to all of these, but the top shelf is where I put the books that I really want to get to the most, and that's kind of it. The sad thing is, when I originally filmed this, I had the front half full and then the back had like maybe 2 or 3 books on it. And now we're back to having 2 out of the 3 shelves full. But these are all the books that I am not really interested in right now at all because they're either summery or they're just not fall, and I'm fall only right now. And then we have my little cube organizer thing under my TV here, which I'm sure you've seen in other videos. Not the prettiest, not a whole lot going on here, but this is just some overflow. I've got a lot of young adult like books that I read in my childhood in this cube. I have all my paperback Harry Potters hidden back there. And then these are just general fiction or romance TBR books. This shelf was full of hardcovers, but you can see actually I just have their carcasses left here. Except for I'm glad my mom died. I am someone who likes to keep the dust jackets on my hardcovers unless the underneath is like really pretty, has lots of gold foiling or something. So I like the look of my hardcover dust jackets. But we finally, 2 months later, have organized and decorated my bookshelf out in the living room, and we went for a naked book look out there. So my roommate Kat and I were like scrambling to find enough hardcovers that we liked the naked hardcover of that we didn't mind putting out there on the shelf. So now I just have these carcasses because I don't want to get rid of them, but I don't know where to put them. So again, this is not very pretty. This is just overflow. And then it holds like my other crafting kind of bins and my little Vespa. That is everything for my new bookshelf and my current setup. It's a bit of a gloomy day, but I'm gonna try and get some good shots of what it looks like with my little reading chair and everything. And yeah, this video is coming out so late, but I had a really good time putting together my bookshelf, and in the last 2 months, I've had so much fun reorganizing it and just getting it to look exactly how I want. It's so fun to have like a proper bookshelf that I really love. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!